Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today for our group we will present about plants, that's including roots and leaf. So basically we will start with our group member. So we have Adelis Krum, Harif Kuzari, Hafiz Haikal, that's me, and Josephine and Anatasha. So we're going to start with the content first. So we have introduction. Second one is the process uptake and absorption of leaf. And the third one is factor and transport of leaf. And the fourth one is the process uptake and absorption of the roots and factors and transport of the roots. And the last one is conclusion. We're going to start with introduction first. So basically, plants absorb water and nutrients through their roots and leaf, which are necessary for their growth, development, and overall well-being. By using both active transport and osmosis, the roots, especially the fine roots hair, take up water and dissolve minerals from the soil. Because of variation in osmotic pressure, osmosis permits water to pass from the soil into the root cells, whereas active transport uses ATP energy to facilitate the uptake of minerals against the concentration gradient. Water and nutrients are carried throughout the plant, including the leaf, by the xylem vessel after entering the roots. Leaf also contribute to nutrient intake through foliar absorption, in which nutrients in the form of sprays or dust are absorbed directly through the stomata and epidermis. This technique can be especially helpful for providing necessary nutrients that are not easily found in the soil during a particular phase of growth. Furthermore, photosynthesis, which transforms light energy into chemical energy and produce organic chemicals that are transported throughout the plants by the phloem, mostly occurs in leaf. Plants' growth, metabolism, and environmental adaptation all depends on the effective coordination of water and nutrient intake through roots and leaf. That's all for me, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Process of water intake and absorption in leaf involves several stages. Water is first absorbed by plant roots through a process called osmosis, where water molecules move from area high concentration to area of low concentration. Next, the absorbed water then move up the xylem, a type of vascular tissue, through a combination of transportation, pull and rod pressure. Once the water reaches the leaf, it is distributed through the leaf through a network of veins. Lastly, the water is then absorbed by the mesophyll cell, where it is used for photosynthesis and another cellular process. This is example of leaf cross section.
Factor and transport of land. There is four factors. First, it lands as young leaves have thinner cuteness and are more effective at nutrient uptake, while the other sensation never develop a thinner cuteness, inhibiting nutrient absorption. And next is second is cuteness property. Less basic cuteness affect nutrient uptake. Melting agent enhance leaf coverage, well, reduce surface tension, overcome cuteness membrane, and increase land uptake. Third is soil condition. Soil chemical, water content, pH, and compaction affect nutrient ability. Some soil may contain nutrient in a form that plants do not effectively use. The last is climate and atmosphere. Change in climate and atmosphere condition can impact natural availability. We need to understand the plant strategy to cope with this challenge clearly. Okay, next is transport. There are three transport. First is photosynthesis and carbon assimilation. This leaf from ferment protein synthesis, converting carbon dioxide into sugar using sunlight. This sugar is then transported from the lands to the other part of the plant. Second is phloem loading and unloading. Sucrose, the main sugar transported in the plant, is loaded into the phloem in the leaf and then transported to other plant tissue for growth and storage. The last is alleloplastic obstruction and water flow. Land anatomy, including plasmodesmata and aquaporin restricting effective water flow and natural distributed in the left with the apoplastic way playing a role in the natural movement. Next presentation.
Next, I will talk about roots. The uptake and absorption of toxicants, such as pollutant or chemical, via plant root is a significant pathway through which plant can be adversely affected. Here's how it generally happens. First, uptake mechanism. Passive uptake. Toxicant can enter plant passively through root cell walls and membranes. The toxicant concentration differential that exists between the soil solution and the root cell is what drives this process. Active uptake. Certain toxicants can actively move along a concentration gradient into root cell, usually with the help of ATP energy. Certain transport protein in the membranes of the root cell facilitate this active transport. Absorption into root cell. Once toxicants have entered the root cell, they can spread throughout the plant through the symplastic root, which use the cytoplasm of cell joined by plasmodesmata or the xylem in the case of chemicals that are soluble in water.
Next, factors affecting uptake. First is chemical properties. The toxicants physicochemical characteristics, such as its solubility in lipid and water, affect how readily it may be absorbed. Second is root characteristic. The pace and amount of uptake are influenced by root surface area, root morphology, and root permeability. Third is soil conditions. The bioavailability and absorption of toxicants can be influenced by variables like the pH of the soil, the amount of organic matters present, and the existence of competing ions. Lastly is plant physiology. The ability of a plant to absorb and withstand toxicants can be influenced by its physiological condition, which includes its nutritional status and metabolic activities. Continue with transport and accumulation. First is toxicants can travel to other plants' tissue once they are within the plant, where they may build up to hazardous levels. Plants' growth, metabolism, and reproductive success may all be hampered by this build-up. Second is some plants contain mechanisms to detoxify or sequester toxicants, such as compartmentalization in vacuoles or binding to cell wall, which can lessen the harm caused by toxicants.
So for the last presentation, we will talk about the conclusion. So basically, plant uptake and absorption refers to the effective mechanism that allow them to obtain needed water and nutrients from their surroundings. Typically through their roots, osmosis causes water to be absorbed by the root hair cell, and capillary action, root pressure, and the transpirational pull from leaf evaporation propel the water through the xylem vessel. Active and passive transport systems are used to absorb nutrients from the soil in the form of ions. These nutrients and water are dispersed throughout the plant once it has entered it, supporting vital physiological functions like growth, development, and photosynthesis. Plants are kept healthy and able to continue their life cycles by this complex mechanism. And that's all for our group. Thank you.